just need a ball and a band and a roller if you want one. Okay. We're just gonna start with a few minutes of rolling. So you can take wherever you need to roll your lower body, your calves, your hamstrings, your glutes, whatever you need to spend some time on for a few minutes here. Just take a few minutes to do something. You can do one leg at a time. Do both legs. You got, need to get into that calf muscle. You can take a few minutes to do that. Wherever you need it today. We do have an exercise ball and a band today, so nothing too crazy. We haven't used the ball in a while. We're just taking a few minutes to roll. You can roll at your leisure. The choose. Get after all of the areas that you need to get after. Butterflies on that screen are kind of mesmerizing right now. I'm distracted. Yeah, a manual typewriter. Wait. That was 2 years ago. Right? Hamstrings, quads, glutes, whatever you need to get after. You can even do a little, we don't do lower back with the roller, but you can get after the upper back a little bit with the roller. The roller is not great to like get into the lower back, and it puts you in kind of like a weird extended position, which doesn't really help you much. You're better off having like a tennis ball or like a cross ball, something smaller. Because like even if I try to like hold my ribs down, like it's just kind of like you end up right on your spine. Gotcha. Whereas up here, your shoulder blades get in the way.
Let's crank something.
There we go. Sometimes that feels good. The roller, we try to roll on the muscles, not so much on the bones. The bones, it usually doesn't feel too great. Oh, all right. Go ahead, set your roller aside. Feel free to come back to your roller later if you want to, at the end or in your spare time. We're going to start down on our mat. We're going to start with that core activation today. So bringing those ribs and hip bones together, lightly pressing that lower back down to the ground. We're going to start with our alternating leg lifts, picking up the foot off the ground, really focusing on activating those muscles of the deep core, making belly button to spine, everything goes in, everything's pulled together nice and tight. You put your hands on those lower ribs or those lower ribs nice and flush with the rest of your core. They popped up. We want them to be bring it back. Everything nice and flat. If at any point you start to feel like you're arching of your spine or you're just kind of losing that mind to muscle connection, just take a little pause, set, start over. 2, 3. All right, let's take one leg up straight and then lower it down really slow. Then bring it back in. Great, same leg. Lower it down really slow. Keep that mind to core connection. Really focus on that lower. Nice and slow. Make the work come from your core. Back, lower back, press to the core lightly. Keep that rib cage down. Pelvis nice and stable, no shifting from side to side. And switch sides, extend that leg out long, lower it down slow. Really focusing on that nice slow lower. Back to alternating, picking up a foot off the floor. Take a little reset at any time. Go left ahead. Little challenge exercise here for the end of this. Bringing both knees up, extending them straight, only lower down, and so far it's what you can control this in your lower back, and then bring those knees back in. Up straight, down slow, and bring it back in. Don't really have to do too many of these. Just really focus on staying in control. Do one more good one. Extend those legs out long, extend the arms out long, give yourself a nice little full body stretch. Feel that natural arch in your spine. All right. That fun little ball that we brought over here today, we're going to do a couple things with it. So we're going to start down on the ground. We're going to put our feet on both sides of the ball. We're going to pick it up. Oh, I know. Hand it to your hand. And then extend. And then bring it back to your feet. Set it down on the ground. You may definitely have a nice little bend in your knee if you need it. I mean, my knees are pretty bent. don't have to extend those legs out long, especially when the ball is between your feet, because that's pretty hard. Just alternating back and forth. Remember to breathe. Don't hold your breath. You should be feeling this in your core. There's no speed that you have to go. If you need to take a little break, take a little break. Like I'm just gonna hold in a little break. Dead bugs for a second. Okay. Then I'm gonna keep going. Making sure that I'm keeping proper form. Few more. You do so many of these with socks. Oh my gosh. So many. All right. Set the ball down. Definitely have not done this one before. Bring yourself up on that ball. Kind of roll yourself out. Your lower back is what's on the ball. Still, ribs to hip bones, arms out wide. Adding a little crunch. And then a lot of balance. Woo, you should be feeling that. Pretty much, I don't know, right away. That Max is in here. This would be his favorite. We could do a little like full body stretch and just go backwards over the ball here. It's gonna be completely optional. This is only if you feel comfortable. He's missing out on a good stretch. Oh, that was so good. The blood is like looking at my head. Like that. Carefully bringing it back up. Like there goes my ball.
For sure.
Oh no. Go rest in your ball if you got away. All right. Position yourself back on that ball. We'll go back into that crunch. Just a little crunch. Take ribs to hip bones. Belly button to spine. Oh, carefully let yourself have a little full body stretch. Go all the way over with your hands on. Is that comfortable for you? Otherwise, just go part way. Carefully bring yourself back up. One more time. We got to do crunches. We might as well do all the crunches while we're here. You know?
Might as well.
Might as well. All right, one more time. Nice and controlled. I can like see my abs shake right now. That's a good thing. Means they're working hard. One more little full body stretch. That'd be like the best part right here. Hanging up and upside down. Oh yeah. bringing it back up. Hold on to your ball so it doesn't escape. We gotta go back to those leg lowers. I didn't forget about them. I just got carried away with
Get back.
carefully, carefully. Or sit down, like just go all the way to sitting. There we go. All right, so bringing it back down, rolling yourself back to the ground. We're gonna go with those ball handoffs again. Oh, so much, so many of these, like I can't even remember, like. Go ahead, rest. You can rest with the ball in your hands and the ball on the floor, wherever it ended up. Oh, it escapes. All right, third time's the charm. We gotta do a few more. Just a few. Pass the ball down the line.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of fun. No, it's like beeping. It's my computer.
Yeah, hold up bar machine here for one of the end. This shaking whole thing.
All right, very nice. Go ahead and set down that ball. All right, plant one foot on top of the ball, into the ball. Other leg is going to be your working leg, and that toe is going to go out. It's going to kind of make a little trace around the ball. So it's a lot of inner thigh happening right here. Yep, yes they are. They're on the floor. Woo, that would be tricky if we had to like hold ourselves up. Oh my.
Let's see what I'm feeling, please. That's up to you. Turn on those cookies you got over there.
I haven't had one.
And switch sides.
I heard someone gave a hard time about that. They all need. Like it's supposed to go.
Planting both feet into that ball. You're gonna wanna dig your heels into the ball, tuck that tailbone under, and just lift up, and you're just gonna hover. Hover right there. Just hold there. You should be feeling all sorts of things in the backside of those legs. If you feel like you need more of a challenge, send those feet out longer, but continue to hover. That works. All right, gently lower that backside down to the earth. Pressing again, one foot into the ball. You're gonna make a little outline of the ball. Really getting after that. side, inner thigh. And switch sides. And pull both, pressing both heels down into the ball. Bring it in for that little hover. Ooh, feeling it in the back side of those legs. Now, if you're bent knee like I am, you can also squeeze your knees together to add another level of fun. I was like lacking the word. I'm like, I don't know what to call that. It's not really fun, but
Do that. 8:30 here.
yeah, everything's kind of like shaking right now. That's great. All right, relax. Go ahead, put that ball in a safe place or let it roll away. Grab your band, bring your band a little bit closer by so that you can use it. Or maybe it'll roll back, you know, just have to go find it at the end of class. It's fine. Grabbing that band, flipping it around our feet, make sure it's on there. Nice and secure. We're gonna start for that upper body, pulling back, pulling those shoulder blades down and back and together. So working on good posture. We can use that mirror to check our posture. Are we sitting up nice and straight? Are we hinged at the hips? We might be getting a little bit stretching in the hips, especially if we're trying to get our back nice and straight. Really, and you can even like if your bands are, you know, too easy yet, you just kind of go down further on them and pull. Focusing on really, can you get those shoulder blades together? You can even give a little pause right there at the back. Feeling that pull together. Oh, we should sit in our chair during the day. Pretty good, tall and straight. Not really how we all sit in our chair. I don't even sit in my chair like that. All right. Carefully bringing those legs all the way up. We're going to start pulsing towards the outside. This is just a straight leg right now, nothing too crazy. We're not adding any extra core to it or anything right now. You should start to feel this on the outside of your hips. And bringing ourselves back up to center. Just gonna tip on over, grab that band wherever you need to go to get that good amount of tension there. Sitting up nice and straight, taking a peek in the mirror, make sure that back is nice and straight. Pulling back, squeezing those shoulder blades together.
this. Is it when I
Feel
squeeze
it.
really hard, see, I feel it
Back
more
here,
here.
your lower, like
Yeah,
thoracic
in the
back,
middle.
like right here.
Yeah,
Okay, that's not terrible either though.
I mean, it's
But
like
you
a-
feel like you're, like if you feel like, if I like, my hand back here, you could pull your shoulder blades aren't really moving. So like try to like, my fingers. There you go.
okay. Cause I'm kind of going up and down, and I think that's why I can feel it,
So they're your
yeah,
fingers,
yeah.
All right. Rolling back. Bringing those legs up nice and long. Starting to pulse outside. For 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll it back up or tip it back up. I feel like I just tip back forward. Grabbing that band one more time. Squeezing those shoulder blades back.
Just trying to sit up so straight, and I'm just getting it like in here. So,
Sit up straight. Use your back, use your core.
Gonna get that.
There you go. Shouldn't really be using your quads right now to help you sit up straight. Use your core. I would almost have you maybe do it standing. So 1 foot or 2 feet. Take a peek in the mirror. Hinge at your hips. Now watch your back as you hinge with your hips. Try to keep your back nice and flat. Stick your butt out. Not your back, your butt. So stick your butt out.
You're not sticking your butt.
It's like really, like I'm serious, like, like stick your butt out. And then start pulling. Okay, we need to work on that.
apparently, that's flexible.
We'll come back to that. When everybody else doesn't have to work on it. All right. Bringing ourselves down to the mat, let's give ourselves a little stretch for the glutes. Taking a figure 4, reaching through to the back side of your thigh, or bending your knee, reaching all the way through to your shin, depends on your level of flexibility. Breathing nice. As you breathe, maybe it'll let you go a little bit further into that stretch each time. Help you unravel a little bit. And gently side. Reaching through. Oh, taking note with one side tighter than the other. Does one side need a little bit more attention tighter, or are they even? Nice and stretched out on both sides. Like most people have one side that's a little tighter than the other. Bringing it up to a seated position. We're gonna go standing for this so that we can go right into the next stretch. We'll start with our arms, pulling one arm up, crossed, feeling a nice stretch in our arm and shoulder. Switching sides. Oh, we forgot to do any triceps today. Terrible. I don't know that. Triceps? Oh, triceps. Yeah, I thought you said ending triceps. So, no. Triceps, we didn't do any triceps today. Like, I'm gonna like stretch my triceps, but we didn't really do any. Well, that's okay, we'll still give them a little stretch. Get the other side. All right, and we're going to use the mirror one last time here. Bending at the hips, so the butt goes back. As you reach forward, you might not be able to touch your toes. You should feel a pretty good stretch though, all through the back side of your legs. And put your hands flat on the floor. And if you can, sure, put your hands on the floor. Rolling it back up, one vertebrae at a time, bringing it nice and slow, reaching towards the ceiling. Oh, one more time. See, like in yoga, they go to like flat back. And then when you add that arch in your spine, then you can reach flat. And bring it all the way up. Oh, just like that, we used up our half an hour.